All right, we are live. We are live.
Very
Everybody,
cool.
welcome to the show. My guest today is Pedro, lead singer for Voodoo Moonshine.
How you
Thank you
doing?
very, very, very much, Pedro, for
Thanks for having
being
me.
here. For being here. How are you, Pedro?
Good, good. How you doing? I love that intro. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Even
you.
the whole
Thank you.
countdown was pretty cool.
Thank you. It's magic, you know. It's
It
just
looked like
outstanding.
magic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's just outstanding. I just thank you for being here,
Oh,
Voodoo
you're welcome.
Moonshine.
No problem.
We have a few people in the chat already,
Oh.
so let's run through the comments. Ron, testing 1, 2, 3.
Your test does not work.
Hi, Ronnie, Pedro, and Will. This is Pina. Hi, Pina. How are you? Did you like that intro, Pina? Did you like the intro? Hi, Pina. Hi, Ronnie.
Ronnie and Pina in the house.
Yeah. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. All right, so am I. So am I. So am I, Ronnie. So am I. Amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Pina says me too. Where is everybody? Well,
Everybody's right here.
awesome. Just one question. Did someone promote this? Yeah, I did. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was promoted.
Pina did. I know, saw it.
Voodoo Moonshine starts at 6:15.
What? It's 6:20.
We had about 3 minutes ago. Oh man. Casting rock and roll spells worldwide. Well, there you go. There you go. That's the whole point. And I'm really hoping that happens. Around 2:20. I did on social media, and so they will. Yeah. Thank you for that, Pino. Thank you very much. Excellent. Sandra's here. Hey, Sandra, how are you?
Hi, Sandra.
Cool. Thank you for being here. My guest today is Pedro, lead vocalist from Voodoo Moonshine.
Voodoo Moonshine.
Yep.
Hello.
Pedro. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Pina. I'm very, very happy that you liked it. Thank you. And thank you for being here today, too. Thank you so very much, Pina. Voodoo Moonshine. What is going on, Pedro? What's the story? Your experiences, your inspiration, your magic moments, your love, your passion for what you do. What is the story behind Pedro, lead vocalist of Voodoo Moonshine?
Wow, that's a long story. Well, I love music. That's why I'm here. No, so Voodoo Moonshine was started by Jeff Losawyer, which he was supposed to be on this chat, but I guess he couldn't make it. He had, this is their first album right here. I don't know if you can see that. That's Voodoo Moonshine's first CD. Mm-hmm. And they did well for a while. And then that band kind of dismembered for a while. And Jeff started writing again. And then for some reason, he didn't finish that CD. Long story short, fast forward 2 years ago, he found me online singing a Steelheart song on YouTube or Facebook or something like that. and he contacted me saying that he had some original music and he was looking for a singer. I immediately ignored him and deleted him, as a normal person should do. But he continued to send me messages, and eventually I replied, listened to the songs. I sang one of the songs. I think it was Eden in Your Eyes, and it turned out really good. And from that day forward, we kind of listened to the rest of the songs, and here we are. Voodoo Moonshine just finished our new album, Bottom of the Barrel. Got one here, a limited edition you can get right now.
Wonderful.
And we got the video done, locked and loaded. I believe you saw that video.
Beautiful.
So here we are, ready to get out there.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. What would you say would be the reason, Pedro, why you like being a lead vocalist?
That's a great question. I became a lead vocalist out of necessity, believe it or not. Like I was telling you before, I started in music, and I used to play the trumpet when I was young, but when I really started in music was back in like 1984, which is like when Van Halen came out and Rat, all those 80s bands were out, and the Motley Crue and all those guys. And I started playing the drums because I loved the music and I just wanted to be in it. Eventually, I was able to get into a band. As new musicians know, you get into your first band's always horrible. So I got in a really bad band, but that's how you get experience, right? That's how you learn. And eventually, I think it was the bass player quit, or there was another band I wanted to join, but I had to play bass, not drums. So I taught myself how to play bass. And then while I was singing bass, I was singing backup vocals. And that's when I realized that I had a voice, that I could actually sing different parts of the songs. And then in that band, the singer quit or something like that. So then I moved to the vocals. So like I said, I became a singer, as a necessity, because I didn't want my band to break up. So I just like, well, fine. I couldn't find another singer, so I became the singer. And that's when I really discovered that I could sing. I should have known because, my mother and father, they both can sing. So I should have known I would be able to sing. But, becoming a lead singer, I'm a shy person to begin with. That's why I picked the drums to be in a band. I didn't want anybody to sing. I used to have the cymbals right in front of my face so you can see me playing. And that's, when I was done playing, then I just went home. I'm kind of like a hermit, So becoming a lead singer was very difficult at first, because you're out there in the front and you have to front the band. And I didn't really want to do that. But eventually I learned to live with it. But I enjoy singing, especially after I learned how to sing correctly. Not losing my voice and all these other things that can happen to singers, which can still happen, if you get sick or whatever. But I learned all the tricks after so many years doing it. But the best thing about being a singer is when I'm done, I just put my microphone away and I just go. I don't have a drum kit that I need to tear down and put my guitars away. I just kind of go. So that's pretty cool.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, and thank you for sharing, Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Pedro, what would you say is your top 10 lead vocalists that you most admire?
Well, my top's going to be Steve Perry. I think he has, oh my gosh, he's especially when they were at their top, his vocal acrobatics are amazing. I still listen to him just to kind of figure out what the heck he's doing, to try to learn. because I'm still learning, different things on singing, which the best way to learn is from listening to and trying to do it from other singers, like, Steve Perry. Tony Harnell, singer of TNT, which is also one of my favorites. Geez, I have so many singers, I like, Mariah Carey. I love her voice. But, I think when I started writing music, I think I started like when I was like 14 or 15 years old. I was already writing my own music. And then I got, into cover bands. And then from there, I started my original bands. When I really started getting into writing music, I kind of stopped listening to other music, because you kind of have to, because, I remember when I would listen to like, Skid Row and Rat, and I'd be writing a song. When I went back and listened to it, it sounded exactly like that song. So I was like, I got to stop listening to music for a few months.
Yeah.
So you just kind of, just connect with whatever, and just, let your inspiration come through, and whatever comes out, comes out. And sometimes it's not what you think is going to come out, Sometimes you think you're going to write a real heavy rock song, and then you end up writing a ballad. That's, that's just the way it is.
The magic of inspiration, the magic of creation.
It definitely is. That's a great description for describing inspiration, because sometimes you don't have it. You could go, you could have a dry spell, and you're just like, I got nothing, And then other times, like I have this Spanish rock project, and I had a couple of songs that I had written. And this is back, I don't know, like 8 years ago. My friend's like, hey, you should do like a full album. And I'm like, I should do a full album. And the next day I got inspired. And one day I stayed up, 2 days, because I stayed up 2 days. But in 2 days, I wrote 5 songs in a row. Everything, the music, the lyrics, it just came out. I couldn't sleep, because I knew if I went to sleep, I would forget them. I was in that zone. And that's great when it happens, because you can't predict when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, but when you're in it, and you better take advantage of it. Even if you just have, just record it, and then just so you have, something to fall back on the times that you're not inspired, you can listen to something. And so it's a very cool, magical thing that happens. It really is.
It's a thing that, that it's like you just gotta embrace it.
Right.
You have to embrace it. It's coming to you for a reason. It's being bestowed, and it's coming down, and it's being bestowed to you.
Yep.
As a gift, and as a blessing, and as a miracle, and you need to, it's just so important to embrace it, because it's
well, a lot of people that don't, not everybody's a musician. Not everybody has a gift. You might want to become a musician. Maybe you're able to pick up a guitar or any instrument and be able to read music or follow something. But when you aspire to write a song or a poem or anything, really draw a picture, it does feel like you're getting beamed some information. You just get this rush, and you're just like, I gotta write this down. It's like this thing that you have to do. And if you don't do it, it doesn't matter if you don't want to do it, you're gonna do it, because it's not going to let you sleep. It's not going to let you do anything until you just get it out, And I've had some songs in my head that, like a melody or something that I didn't like, but for a month it's stuck in my head. It was almost like a block, there was other ideas, but I needed to. So I just had to sit down, record the song, listen to it. No, it sucks, like I knew it would, and then the other ideas would come through, So you kind of have to let that energy flow, and inspiration, energy, I guess is what you would call it. I don't know.
It's powerful. It's
It is.
powerful. It's just it, it gives you something to dream. It gives you something to believe in. It gives you something to have faith about. And uh, I
Well, I'm so glad that you know what I'm talking about, because everybody think I'm crazy.
that's right. I'm crazy right with you.
Okay, well, that's good. Hey, we're both doing something with music, right? So we're okay.
We're okay. We're doing okay. We are definitely doing okay, Pedro. Uh, ah, Andy Dion is here. Hi, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Welcome to the show, Andy. Andy saying hey to Sandra. Andy Dion, hey man. So, what would you say would be your hopes and your goals as a performer and as a lead vocalist?
Oh, well, I'm already kind of doing my goal. My goal is to write music, perform music, and get it out there for other people to listen to it. You know, it it may connect with some, it may not, but it really does. If it does, it's great. But that's not why I do it. I do it just because it's the experience of actually doing it. Sitting down, writing a song, or getting on stage, whether I'm in front of 20 people or 5,000 people, during bike week or whatever it is. It's the same feeling. Obviously, the bigger the audience, you kind of feedback from the energy. But when it comes to writing songs, that's like almost like a private thing that you do, and then you get it to a point where you feel comfortable, and then you share it. That's as a musician, that's what you do. You get inspired to do something, you create something, and then you share it.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
just sharing,
Yep.
and having that courage, having that faith in yourself to say,
Uh,
"Hey, you want?"
yeah. I had a really tough time when I was first writing songs. I've written so many songs. I hundreds and hundreds of songs, throughout the years. And you really have to write. Um, when you complete a song, you just listen to it, and if it feels good to you, then it's good. Don't listen to other people, because you're not going to connect with everybody, but you are going to connect with others. And I've had people that tell me, "Oh, this song is awesome. It means a lot. I can connect to it." I have other people tell me this is the worst song I've ever heard. So you have to ignore that. And as long as you're happy with the song or what you're doing, like, this applies to anything, whether you're playing an instrument, whether you're singing, writing a book, doing art, any type of expression. Don't listen to anybody. Do what makes you happy.
That is so amazing, Pedro. I think about, and the reason why I put up this little ticker here is because everybody creating content and and sharing that inspiration and that passion, it takes a long time. It's a long process sometimes.
Yes.
And all the links, please look at all the links down the description box below. Check out all of the links for Voodoo Moonshine. Check out all their outlets. Check out their Facebook pages. And check mine out and check everybody's out. And it, we're doing this for the love of music. And I thank everybody for your consideration. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for being here today. So let me get, I still have a hard time with that part. Um,
Mhm.
Not my nature. Uh,
Yeah.
I, the, 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 well, let's see, the comment. Let's see, Sandra. Yeah, saying hi to Voodoo Moonshine. That's any art. That's true, Sandra. That's
Any
true.
art, anything, any human expression, it's art. Whether you're acting, you're dancing, you're writing a book, poetry, it doesn't matter. It's you're being inspired to do something. So all that's very important. For I like what you were saying. It is scary to kind of go out and just kind of share it because you're worried about what other people are thinking, but that's the worst thing that you can do because that's holding you back. Like what I was describing, sometimes I get a song in my head that's just, that I don't like until I get rid of it, until I let it out and just whether I record it and show it to somebody or I just record it and put it away, all the other stuff's not going to come through. So you have to get away from the fear that others are going to laugh at you or, whatever. Just who cares, just do what you want to do, express whatever you need to express and just put it out there.
So, tell me, well, I guess tell everybody about the CDs that you have in your hand.
Yeah, well, this is our, let me get over here. This is Voodoo Moonshine. This is our new bottom of the barrel limited edition CD. You can go to voodoomoonshinerocks.com. And on the top there on the link, you can buy it direct from us. And here's the actual CD. It's pretty cool.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah. And once when you're on the website, you can check. We have photos on there. We have all our links to social media. Like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. That's on where you can check us out. We have our calendar for show dates. We have, I think, three dates that are booked this year. You have to go on there because I don't remember what they were, but I believe we're opening up for Saliva on the 27th.
Yeah.
And yep, and we have a couple other dates. So hopefully they'll happen. With this world crap we got going on right now. So let's hope, right?
I believe anything is possible.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here doing this. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here. I'm talking to Pedro, and I mean, when I moved back to LA County, I never thought this was the last thing I thought I would see myself doing.
Yeah.
And that's the way life is, that's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying something very, very important. And you were talking about the importance of being able to go out in front of people and lay your mind and your body and your soul on the line. That exchange of energy, it's sacred. And so tell me, I'll shut up. tell me about that.
No, that's very important. I mean, we are humans. We're supposed to be around other people. We're not supposed to be locked up. That's where we have our power, when we're around others. Because like you said, we do share energy. Especially, music it's the best way to see that. You know, when you hear a song and you remember, memory when you heard the song back in the day, that it brings all that back. What is that? That's not magic. I mean, maybe it is, but that's the power that music has. And it can be a smell, it could be anything, but it involves us. It involves people, So I think if you, and everybody is going to be inspired in a different way. I happen to be inspired with music, and a little bit with art, but it doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to be something you hear. It could be something that, I don't know, maybe you're good at teaching something. There's something that everybody does. And if you know that, go out and do it. It's not going to do anybody any good, knowing that you can do it. You do it. And if you fail, then you figure out which, you can just learn from it and just keep, baby steps, baby steps. I wasn't always able to sing like I sing today. I had to learn, I had to sing a couple of shows and make a fool out of myself trying to sing a song I couldn't sing, but I learned from it. I said, well, maybe I should do it this way. Maybe I should do it this way. And that's how you do it. You have to take a risk.
It's when you're out there, and I mean, and you got the stacks behind you, and you had the killer stage, the great stage volume. You have your monitors coming back at you. That moment, what's that like for you?
Well, you know what? I couldn't tell you, because I am a different person when I'm on stage. I almost black out when I'm on stage, to be honest. I'm not like, normally like I said, I'm very quiet. I just like to be, do my own thing. But when I'm on stage, it's game on. I'm actually just, putting it all out, and I'm letting you know that I'm on stage, and I'm, and you better listen. If you don't want to listen, then you better go. It's my stage, and I'm going to take command of it. And that's the way that I look at it. I've been working in music for a long time, and I know that when I'm on stage, it's my stage, and I'm going to do what I'm there to do. It's not some musician on the other end with his arms crossed like this trying to judge me. I really don't care. I'm on stage, you're not on stage. So, but it feels great, especially when the energy of the crowd is there and they're just all into it. That you can't, for a non-musician or a person that's never experienced that, you cannot describe it. There's no, it's just something that you got to experience. Very cool.
Absolutely. The let's oh wow. I go back here a little bit. Let's see, Sandra. Fruitcake Tony is here. Hi, Fruitcake Tony. Thank you for being here, Tony. Thank you very much for being here. I'd like you to meet Pedro, lead vocalist.
Hey, Tony.
For Voodoo Moonshine. Big Gary Thorlander. What's going on, Gary? I'd like you to meet Pedro, lead vocalist for Voodoo Moonshine. That's awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We were talking about, the energy of creating. You have 2 CDs that you were talking about. They're in front of you. Would you like to share?
This is Voodoo Moonshine's first CD. So you can see it there with the reflection. I was not on this. This is way before my time. But we are actually on our shows coming up. We are going to be doing a couple of songs from the city as well. So it kind of ties in with the new Voodoo Moonshine music. It has that we pick songs from that city that kind of have a similar vibe to the new music. Of course, I'm going to change it up a little bit with my vocal style, but I think it'll go well live. So, but yeah, this is out. I don't know. We'll have to ask Jeff Losawyer if he can still get these online. I know they're not on the website, but he may have some if you guys want to get these. But these songs are like on the online, like Spotify and all that stuff. You can get them on there if you want. So.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Are you familiar with the music of Jackal?
Oh yes, we have a cover band down here in Florida, and we opened up for Jackal years ago.
Oh, outstanding!
It was crazy. They were so freaking loud. Oh my gosh, my ears were bleeding. They were so loud, but they were great. I mean, that's a great band. I like them.
The reason why I brought Jackal up is because while I was watching video for Locked and Loaded, I got that total Jackal vibe. I got that total, that total Gibson Les Paul Marshall Jackal vibe, man. And you know what I mean? And that the music of Voodoo Moonshine, it really takes me to that space. It takes me to that Jackal space, to that junkyard space. Even that Three Horsemen space. Just of that pure plug in, play, go, rock.
That's right. Raw rock and roll. I mean, there's I don't think you're gonna hear too many keyboards and stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot of guitar and heavy drums and just driving, So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. That's cool. That's cool that's what came to you. I mean, that's I can see that. Yeah.
It just makes me smile because it's just the music so honest and it's so pure and it's so powerful and it's just so upfront, saying we are upfront guys, we are upfront dudes, we're playing our instruments, we're singing our lyrics. This is
you're gonna like it.
That's it right there.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Totally. That's it. It's what's your
Hey, you got to have that attitude, because it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy road to get to where we were. So if we're gonna get the opportunity to get on a stage somewhere, we're gonna take it. And like I said, we're gonna let you know that we're up there. We're gonna pay the salmon an extra 20 to just bump us up a couple more dBs.
Yes, absolutely. Pedro, that kind of takes me back to the Queen movie Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah,
where during the epic Wembley moment, the Wembley show, that the sound man's standing there at the soundboard and he goes over to the master faders, to the master house, and he takes the tape off and he
yep.
That's
what you gotta do.
That's it. That's totally I thank gosh, Pedro. Hey, what does I'm just thinking about inspiration, and I'm thinking about when that moment happens. It's just it's an electrical charge. It's a rush. It's just power. When that inspiration comes down to you and is bestowed upon you, and the person experiencing it at the time, it's electric. It's like lightning, kinetic energy, and it just flows. It just makes you laugh and smile and just say, I'm here. Thanks for being here, everybody.
That's pretty much what it feels like. It's kind of like, when you're writing you're trying to write a lick on the guitar, you got a part of the song, but there's something missing. So you're just kind of laying there, and when you hit it, you're like, that's it. You just know, there's no question. You don't even have to listen to it. It felt right on the fingers. It felt right on your ears. It just felt right. And that's, if you can, if you can identify when you're getting inspired, that's very important too. Cause something, you may get inspired, anywhere, or waiting online to go somewhere, when that happens to me, and now I know I leave. I said, I just got inspired. I'm going to go. This can wait. I'm going to do my thing. And now I'll come back and do that, because like I said, you don't know when it's going to hit. I mean, there's songwriters out there. That's all they do. I don't know how they do it, but they write great songs all the time. But for me, it needs to be, like you said, beamed down. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen, but you have to be aware of it.
It's just that joy, that inexplicable joy that a person has when they dial into that energy and that flow and that fire and that inspiration. That joy, the joy factor is off the charts,
Yeah.
And then you think, God, I hope somebody likes this, because this is this is great,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you, as the lead vocalist of Voodoo Moonshine, Pedro, what would you say is the meaning of the whole band as a cohesive unit that you all are? What would you say the meaning of being a part of this mammoth, electrifying,
right,
headroom pumping machine that is called Voodoo Moonshine?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? How, as an artist and as a person and as somebody who's just trying to be a creative being?
Well, I think, like I tell everybody, being in a band is like being married to like 4 or 5 people. it's not an easy thing to do. But if you find, other musicians that you, I don't know, that you kind of connect with, that's like, it's a chemistry thing, It's like you can have a band that are great musicians that are put together and they can perform and the songs sound great, but they're boring to watch because they don't have this chemistry, and that's something that you may be able to identify with your eyes, but it's like a feel, so it's, finding a band, with that chemistry that can also write with that chemistry, that's difficult to find. If you have another person, 2 people that can write, that's great. 3 people, that's even better. But if you have the whole band that are kind of tuned into that same thing, that's valuable. And it's not always like that. It's usually like, in my past, all the bands that I've always been to, I've been the sole writer, just because I'm always they're always coming to me. So I just write, I say, there's new songs, you put your spin into them and then we'll play them, But if you have somebody else in the band that can also write, that also gets that same type of connection, it makes it even better. So it's more like it becomes more like a brotherhood than like being in a band. You know, it's like you kind of together. You're trying to accomplish something, and it's kind of pulling all of our ideas together into something. Hopefully, that's pleasant to listen to.
Well, today, and thank you, Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Today in the chat we have Sal Quintero. Frustrating. Thank you, Will Star Voodoo Moonshine. Awesome interview. Well, thank you for being here today, Sal.
Quintero.
I feel the energy from Pedro. Absolutely. Okay, Tony. Will, you got questions in the chat. Where in Florida is Pedro from, Big G?
Oh, I live in Lake Mary area, which is close to Orlando. So, Central Florida.
Central Florida.
Yep.
What's the weather like there, Pedro, right now?
It's kind of, for us, it's freezing, but it's I don't know where you. Oh, you're in California, right?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Right now it's 57, low 41. So to us, that's like ice for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Our summers are really, really hot. So
yes.
when it gets down like this, below 50, I got my jacket. I'm inside. So yeah, we don't handle the cold very well.
Well, Sandra's Will Stars. So Pedro is a major influence. Said a major influence was Steve Perry. He had a chance to meet Steve or even sing with him.
Oh my gosh, I would be like a little girl if I got to meet Steve Perry.
That'd be amazing.
I really would, and it would be very embarrassing. But you know what? I don't care, because I have not. But that would be very, very cool. But I did get to meet and actually take a couple of vocal lessons from Tony Harnell, he's also one of my favorite singers. He's a singer for TNT. He's online. He's got a vocal coaching thing online now. So last year I was able to take a couple of one-on-one lessons with him, and that was pretty cool. But no Steve Perry yet.
Big G's on the Gulf Coast.
On the Gulf Coast, cool.
Sandra, right on. Well, that to be able to sing with Steve Perry, I imagine that would be a remarkable experience.
Yeah. I don't know if I could sing if I wasn't for the Steve Perry. I don't know, maybe, but you know what? I had the same experience. I'm a huge Tony Harnell fan. I had to sing in front of him, and he was watching me sing to tell me what can improve. So that was terrifying. But after the initial shock of meeting like one of your idols, he's they're just another human. So it was cool. After the whole fear and the whole thing went away, we're friends and everything's cool. So I'm assuming if I were to ever meet Steve Perry, it would be the same thing.
What is the importance of inspiration in Pedro's mind, in Pedro's life? What does inspiration mean to Pedro?
Oh, wow. Well, inspiration is because it's not something that you can just create. You can't just say, today I'm going to be inspired to write a song. Believe me, I have tried. It's coming from something that's not you. So when you know that you're getting inspired and when you feel a song or a melody or something, that's important, because, from years of doing this, I've learned to identify when that comes into my head. It's not something that I just thought about. It's something that gets beamed in, like you said, it just comes to you. So if you can identify that, sit down and put it down, whether you have to write it down. I use my phone now. I get inspired most of the time now, because I have to drive to work every day. It's when I'm driving, and I have so many audio recordings of me singing on here and humming. They're terrible. I would never show anybody, but the ideas are there. And I have written a lot of songs that way. I go back to my my voice recordings, and I get my guitar and I figure it out on the guitar. There, I got a song.
Well, one of my devoted members, my family of dreamers, Pooh Ninja, is here. Pooh Ninja says, the muse is fickle. The muse is fickle. Answer her call. Well, okay. Thanks. Answer his call. Absolutely. So does anybody have any other questions for Tony? Now I'm thinking about Tony Harnell. Amazing. The power of music. I apologize, Pedro. Does anybody have any other questions for Pedro? And what would be first off, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for joining this awesome conversation between Pedro and myself. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for always coming to the shows, and check out Voodoo Moonshine's music. You will see what I'm talking about. Check out the links down the description box below. I guarantee you're an 80s rocker like me, you're 70s rocker like me, you're gonna love this band. You're gonna just want to just embrace the music, just as and the music just is gonna hold very dear to your heart the way it holds dear to mine, and you're just gonna want to embrace Voodoo Moonshine, because the music is real. I can't stress enough, the music is honest and the music is real. And these guys are giving you everything they have because they love what they do. I just can't stress that enough, folks. I just can't stress that enough. Are you familiar with the festival, with the Wacken Festival in Germany? Wacken Festival in Germany?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, look it up. There's I can't wait for that festival to start again. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, Peanut, check that out. Well, that's assuming the world opens up again. So let's be positive and assume that maybe this year will happen. We can get out there.
So, in your mind, Pedro, as a vocalist and as the frontman, the premier frontman for Voodoo Moonshine, what would be the dream gig to perform at?
Wow. Well, at this point, any gig would be a dream gig. No, I mean, I think a dream gig is really just a gig where there's an audience that's paying attention to you. That's actually connecting with your show. You know, whether they're enjoying the music, they just like the chemistry on stage, or they're just just having a good time. You know, because it really sucks when you're performing on stage and nobody's paying attention. You know, and we haven't had that happen, but I'm just saying we haven't played that much either. You know, because of this COVID crap. But no, I mean, any dream gig is just a gig where you're out there and the audience is responding. You know, the energy is going back and forth. That is a dream gig right there.
Let's see. Voodoo Moonshine is asking, what is the name of it again? The Wacken Festival, Waken Festival in Germany.
Oh, I thought you said the vodka.
Vodka. No, I'm a Jack Daniels guy.
Okay.
No, not the Vodka Festival.
Okay.
That's not a bad name though. Well,
I got you confused.
Well, if I said the Vodka Festival, then I apologize, everybody. It's the Wacken Festival. Waken in Germany. It's phenomenal. It's really some of my most favorite bands play that festival every year. Well, all the way up to Sandra says, Wacken Metal Fest in Germany. There you go. That's it. I already have some info on it. Oh, that's great. Okay. That's cool. You know, and I would just like to say that Sandra's saying, welcome Voodoo Moonshine. The thank you, Sel. I feel that Voodoo Moonshine would be perfect for a slot at the Wacken Metal Fest in Germany. Would be perfect. I could
so too.
I could see it.
Yeah. I think I think I completely agree, especially because not only, festivals are usually a lot more fun to play, because people are there to, to have a good time. But I think the US shows or the US concert, they're not like they used to be, like overseas, it's a lot more, I don't know, people, they seem to like music more. Or I don't know, maybe they're more open-minded to different kinds of music or different, other bands than the established bands than here in the US. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but.
Hey, Jeff, you're here. Thank you for being here in the chat. I'd love to be talking to you too. Well, I guess I am talking to you now. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jeff. I can't tell you how much of a fan and how much of a music lover I am of what yourself and Voodoo Moonshine has written and played. And you guys are powerful and you're true and you're amazing. And I could definitely see Voodoo Moonshine playing the likes of the Wacken Metal Fest in Germany and various different festivals around the world once we're back to somewhat normal, Jeff. Thank you. And I thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Jeff. They actually listen.
Yeah, that's right. The audience over there actually listen. Yeah.
can't, you know, we appreciate that, and we appreciate you. Well, thank you, Jeff. I that means a great deal to me, more than you will ever know. Thank you. Thank you. I'm blessed, and I'm privileged, definitely, to be speaking with Pedro right now, and I'm very grateful for the chance to be able to share um, a small moment of time with your awesome, awesome, powerful, true, stone faith rocking singer, lead vocalist. Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, thank you. Hey, thanks for doing this. I mean, you set this whole thing up, and it's like I said, the intro was pretty cool. You have to play that again on the outro.
Oh, would you like me to play it right now?
You can play it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Enjoy, everybody. For those that weren't here at the very beginning, there was a video that, well, inspiration led me and directed me and drove this car. I'll tell you, not me. But I was definitely guided by my inspirational voice to create this video, just to thank Voodoo Moonshine for coming on this show and how much it means to me. And I hope, for those that didn't see it at the very beginning, I'll play it right now, real quick. And thank you very much for being here. This is my tribute and my thank you gift to Voodoo Moonshine, and how special I think Voodoo Moonshine is. There you go.
I was rocking it.
Yeah, you just feel it. You just like, yeah, that's cool. It's cool. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I hope everybody, Jeff, I hope you liked it if you haven't seen that yet. I really hope you like that, Jeff. Let's see here. Hey, Dwight Bailey's here. Hello, Fruitcake Tony. Hello, Poo Ninja, Fruitcake Tony. Pedro, I'll tell our friends about you and your music. Do us a favor and tell your musician friends about Will Star. Thanks.
Will Star.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, buddy.
Will Star.
There's some amazing people in this that come to my shows, and I'm grateful. I'm very thankful. Yeah. Inspiration of music. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the inspiration, the inspiration and magic moment. Just nothing. Nothing can compare to it. Pedro, am I right? Or, Pedro, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, am I right by saying that?
Yes, absolutely. That's what makes music happen. You know, that's how things get created. And like I said, not just music. You know, people who write poetry and draw pictures and, you know, paint, their artists as well.
So what would you say Pedro. I kind of lost my moment, my train of thought there. I'm back. What? It's just that's everybody means that much to me. I'm grateful and I'm so thankful for everybody, even Pooh Ninja. Super Bowl. Pooh Ninja. Fruitcake Tony Dwight. Hey, bro. So, what is there as a lead singer and as a frontman, Pedro, that you think is important to be able to tell everybody?
Well, as a lead singer, I think more so as a person, not so much as a lead singer, because as a lead singer, you're kind of playing a part. You're in a group of musicians, and you're doing your part. For the music that you're trying to perform to come out a certain way. But as a person, I would tell everybody out there, whether you're a musician or not, that you really should do, that you really need to do what it is you're inspired to do. I've had a lot of people that come, that see me perform, and they thank me, thank you, for performing. I can see, how much you're into the song, I can feel it, I can see it. And they're like, yeah, I used to be a performance, an actor or something in high school, but I kind of let it go because of this. I was like, do it, bring it back, get back into it. Don't, I don't understand why people just because you had difficulty at one point doesn't mean that you need to stop. Maybe you need to step back and look at a new perspective and try it again. So, I see a lot of good musicians out there just because I perform all the time here locally, that I know they're real good musicians or artists, but I don't know why they're holding back. They shouldn't be comparing themselves to me if they're a singer. I'm my own singer. I got my own style. I have my own heroes over here too that I know I put in a pedestal. But now I'm learning to not put them in a pedestal so much, but just learn from them. They're just like me. They started just like me. And now they're there because they work hard and they did it. They didn't just wish that they were doing it. They went and did it. And they failed sometimes, but they got up and did it again. So it's very important for everybody to, if they get inspired to do something, just go ahead and do it. Don't be scared to fail, because that's actually it's actually good when you fail, because that you hit a roadblock. So take a different approach, and eventually you'll get to where you want to go.
That's something that is right there, a reminder that if you believe it and you conceive it, if you can think of what it is that you need to follow and that you need to develop and you need to embrace, if you can conceive it and you believe you can do it, you will achieve it. And that's my challenge to everybody in the chat, is to put your name right after the word if, and look at yourself in the mirror and think of what you love, what you're passionate about. And do you believe that you can become it? Do you believe that you can do it? Watch how you achieve it. So that's something, everybody in the chat, that if you haven't done this already, try it and watch what happens.
Yep.
Watch what happens.
I agree 100%.
Watch what happens.
You're 100%. Yep. If you create it in your mind, it's done. It is, you've already done it. Now is to realize it and reality, what do you want to call reality. Just, follow your passion. That's all you have to do.
There's a very well said. Ah, thank you, Pooh. Thank you. And yes, please throw some thumbs up and check out the links in the description box below, everybody.
See you, Tony.
This is amazing. Hey, thank you, Tony, for being here, and thank you for the kind words, buddy. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Sandra is a co-producer for Tony's show. Sure you pick. It's pretty cool. I want to give a special shout out to, if I may, to these people, to the Essential Guitarist group on Facebook, in which I'm a part of that group. You play, or if you just want to listen to some real good guitar music, check out the Essential Guitarist group on Facebook. I also want to give thanks to Bill Eagleson, the creator and the promoter for the Facebook group. Bill, you're an amazing guy. Thank you for always watching my shows and for sharing my shows. And please share this. This is a beautiful moment. I also would like to give a special shout out to Curtain Call Promotions, to Cell Quinteto. I would also like to give a special shout out to El Puerto Records. I would really love to give a special shout out to El Puerto Records, and thank you for choosing Hanging with the Dreamer for your interviews. And I'd really like to give a special shout out to Voodoo Moonshine and to Pina. Would you like to share with everybody who Pina is?
Pina is some crazy lady. I don't know who she is. Sorry. Just kidding. Now, Pina does everything for us. So Pina and Ronnie, they, it's not, you have a band, right? But you also need the support. They're the ones that are actually holding, the support of the band together, scheduling everything. Which is great because we get to concentrate on the music, on either performing the music, writing the music, which is what we should be doing. Most of the business stuff, that's up to them, which is good.
Is there anybody that you would like to give just a shout out to and a quick hi to?
Well, I'd like to thank everybody that showed up tonight. This is pretty cool. I just, like 10 minutes ago, I just found out what the comments were. I didn't even click on it. But yeah, so thank you for sharing. Thank you for doing this. Especially the cool little intro. That was pretty cool. I really like that.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you enjoy the music. And that's what it's all about. We write the music and throw it out there and hope people connect with it. And you obviously do. So that's awesome. That's that makes me happy.
Well, thank you, Pedro. And
thank you.
And I just want to say my mind is hearing, like visualizing a graphic right now, and it's frustrating because I'm trying to put two and two together, but it's definitely something that is surrounded and directed towards Voodoo Moonshine. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that power of creation that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful.
It is. It
It's a
is.
beautiful, beautiful moment. The Voodoo Moonshine. Thanks, so I appreciate that. So
Pina rocks. I agree.
absolutely, that's great.
She makes great chocolate chip cookies too. Hint, hint, Pina.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Mm.
Sandra says we love us some crazy lady.
Yes.
Go Phoenix. Hashtag go Phoenix. Go.
I
Oh,
like that.
beautiful. Sandra, that's a good one. I'm gonna remember that. That's pretty cool. Well, I hope I do. That's great. Hashtag. That I love my family so much. This is awesome. The well, is there so would you like to talk about the gigs that Voodoo Moonshine is working on and signed up for this year?
Yeah, I'll have to look him up because I don't remember. Here we go. March 27 in Bristol, Tennessee. We're going to be supporting Saliva. And then July 10th, Bubble Flex Summer Bash in Indiana. We'll be playing there. In August 29th, Metal in the Mountains, West Virginia. So that's, I don't know the details, but those are the dates. So hopefully, again, like I said, hopefully, you know, the stuff that's going on with the COVID and the elections, it's all resolved by then, hopefully. And we can get out there and it happens and everybody can go out there and have a good time and listen to some rock and roll. So, we have to kind of set it up that way as it's going to happen. It's better to have something already scheduled and then canceled than not have anything. So we're hoping that it's a go.
The thank you for sharing that too, Pedro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The what is I guess my last question is what is the most memorable concert and most memorable show moment, during the show that you have witnessed, that you have seen live?
A show that I've been performing or that I've witnessed?
Either or.
Wow. Well, I think, oh man, I got to think about that. I've seen a lot of concerts. I think, okay, here's a funny one. My most memorable one was I was performing and I was in an all original band back in, I must have been 80, 89, sometime like that. We were playing at a big club down here in Orlando. The place was packed, opening song, and we're headlining, and the song starts, right? It's a song that I wrote. Okay. I wrote the song. I wrote the music. I wrote the lyrics. I wrote everything. And they start the song and the crowd says, blah, blah, blah. And I come strutting out of the stage like some big man. I get on the mic. I forget the lyrics completely. I forgot it. I forgot the song. They play the entire song, all 4 minutes of the song, and I was lost. I was just standing there just looking out, like not knowing what to do. That was my most memorable. My own song at a show that was basically sold out. And the first song, I completely just, I was just fried. And, I don't even drink. I wasn't doing any drugs or anything. It just escaped my mind. That's as far as a show that I was a performer. That was my most memorable and most embarrassing too. As far as witnessing another artist, I think my most memorable was when I was young. This is what actually made me pursue music. I don't remember what band. It was probably just a cover band, but I was just a young kid, and my parents took me to a fair somewhere. I don't even remember. I just remember rides and stuff. But I remember this band went on, and they were playing. I do remember this Broken Wings. Take this broken wings. It was. I think it was that song, and I was mesmerized by just the band. Like I couldn't. Like I didn't. It didn't compute how all these people could play different things, and it would all come out sounding so good. You know, they were all playing their own little parts, but together is sounding like that's what sparked it for me. You know, and that's probably what led me to eventually, get into the drums and stuff like that. But before then, I had never seen any live band, rock type band like that before. So anyway.
Voodoo Moonshine. Thank you for sharing that, Pedro.
Yep. Oh wow, Pina's gonna hook me up.
Awesome.
Chocolate covered strawberries and lasagna.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, yeah, Pina, no beef in the lasagna, please. I have a special diet.
The that word, that D word. Well, the holidays are over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's an important thing. My wife is my beautiful wife, Cindy. She's real good at reminding me about that, and it's good. It keeps your mind clear. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good thing.
Yep.
Well, everybody, this has been enlightening. This has been amazing. This has been wonderful. I'd like to thank Pedro for being here today, and I'd like to thank Pina, and I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the show today. And I just want to just share something else. Just watch out for the two shows coming up tomorrow. I will have Sonic Octane on, and Saturday I have a very special treat all the way live from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yep. It's going to be amazing. The band is Noción.
Noción.
Everybody check it out. I'm moving from Wednesday to Saturday. So Noción will be here. Everything's already out on YouTube. Check it out. For the next 3 weeks, I have some real good shows booked up. And I just got an email. I'm very, very humbled by getting, but I need to pull out my calendar. Pay close attention to social media. For Wednesday, February 17th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but just keep your eyes open for that date. February 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You will see when I put the link up on Facebook and social media and YouTube. All I can do is smile. It's going to be gigantic. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Also, on February 8th, I will have Marcy Douglas, an awesome, awesome performer, awesome songwriter. Friday, February 12th, I will have Andy Black, drummer for Mission in Black from Germany. There's some big stuff coming up, folks, and I am beyond humbled, And next week, on the 25th, Monday, the 25th of January, I will have Surrender Stella, and that will be next Monday. And the 29th, Friday the 29th, I will have Dave Stafford, a Stafford's Music Studio next week. So we've got some exciting shows coming up, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Voodoo Moonshine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Check out the music. Check it out. Check out Voodoo Moonshine, Locked and Loaded. You will be glad that you did. You will be glad. You will thank me later. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. The title track, Locked and Loaded. Hold on to something, because you will want it. You will hear this track. You will see the video, and you will want to just get up and just shout. There it is right there. Locked and Loaded, Voodoo Moonshine. Check it out. Until then, dreamers, I'll see you tomorrow. Sonic Octane. Everybody rocks. Everybody is important. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, once a month, I would like to start doing Fan Appreciation Day, to where I can have where I will have one of you dreamers on my show, and I would love to do that just to say thank you for following me. Fan Appreciation Day, once a month. And if you'd like to be on Hanging with the Dreamer, you can contact me through Guitarist Dreaming 352 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Shoot me a message or shoot me an email at hangingwiththedreamer.com. Thanks, everybody.